I'm Devin, and I live in Portland with my girlfriend Mira. This happened about 3 months ago, and honestly, I still can't sleep right. So, one Tuesday afternoon, Mira texts me at work. Babe, what are these pills in the bathroom cabinet? You taking something I should know about. I had no idea what she meant. I texted back asking for a photo. She sent one, an orange bottle with white pills inside. The label had my initials on it, DK, but I'd never seen those pills in my life. When I got home that evening, I checked the bathroom myself. The bottle was sitting right there next to the sink. My name, my initials, but I swear to God, I never bought them. Mira looked worried. You feeling okay? She asked. I just nodded, even though I wasn't sure anymore. Then small things started happening. Every morning, something in the bathroom would be in a different spot. The soap moved from the left side of the sink to the right. The towel hung backward. Mira's hairbrush ended up on my side of the counter. I figured maybe I was just tired, moving stuff without thinking. But then one night, I noticed a second toothbrush in the cup, a red one. We only had 2 toothbrushes, mine and Mira's. This third one appeared out of nowhere. The bristles were flattened weird, like someone had been using it hard. And on the handle, there was a faint smudge of lipstick, dark red. I don't wear lipstick. Mira doesn't use that color. I didn't say anything to her. I threw the toothbrush away and tried to forget it. A week later, I decided to clean out the bedroom closet. I pulled out some old shoes and boxes, and that's when I saw it. A small camera, civilian grade, hidden behind a shoebox. It was aimed directly at our bed. My hands shook as I pulled out the SD card and plugged it into my laptop. Hundreds of video clips. All of me. Me sleeping, curled up on my side. Me getting up in the morning. Me getting dressed. And then one clip that made my stomach drop. Me standing in front of the mirror at 3 a.m., whispering to myself. Practicing words like I was rehearsing a script. In another clip, I watched myself pace around the apartment at 2 a.m. I grabbed a duffel bag, left through the front door, and came back 20 minutes later holding a small wrapped package. I unwrapped it on camera. It was a child's stuffed bear. I don't have kids. I don't own any toys. The next afternoon, Mira called me from the kitchen. Her voice sounded tight. Devin, who the hell did you give Emma's number to last night? Emma was her best friend. I hadn't talked to Emma in weeks. Mira showed me her phone, a message thread from my number, sent at 1:12 a.m. It was a photo of the stuffed bear with one word, promise. That night I locked our bedroom door from the inside. I needed to feel safe. While moving the wardrobe to block the door better, I found something behind it, a second doorknob. Someone had built a back exit into my own goddamn bedroom. I still live here. I haven't told Mira everything, but every night I wonder, who's watching me sleep? I'm Jake Harlan, just a regular guy in Seattle, working at a coffee shop downtown. You know, the kind where folks grab their lattes before rushing to offices. My apartment's this small place in Capitol Hill. Nothing fancy, with old wooden floors that squeak every time my neighbor's dog barks upstairs. Anyway, this all started last winter, when the rain wouldn't quit. I was checking my email one night, eating cold pizza from the fridge. I'd forgotten to heat it up. Dumb me. And there it was. An email confirming a volunteer shift at the Hope Shelter on Pine Street. I never signed up for that. Thought it was spam at first. The email was polite, thanking me for helping out. Signed with my own email address, like I sent it to myself. Attached were photos. Me, handing out blankets to homeless folks. Snapped at like 2 a.m. I looked tired in them, but smiling. How the hell? I don't remember any of that. I shrugged it off, deleted it. But more came, every few days. Same thing, shifts I didn't book, more pics of me there at odd hours. One day I got curious, or scared maybe. I walked over to the shelter during lunch break. It's this brick building, smells like soup and wet coats. A woman at the desk, older lady with grey hair, looked up and smiled. "Oh, you're back early today," she said softly. "You always stay late." "You talk to the small ones like they're family small ones?" I asked what she meant. She just nodded, like it was normal. I left feeling weird. my hands shaking a bit. Back home, I checked my wallet for change. Found receipts I didn't recall. Cheap coffee from a 24-hour spot. Train tickets at dawn to downtown. A paper bag crumpled with a sandwich stamped Hope Shelter. I sat there staring, heart pounding. Did I sleepwalk or something? That night, I set my phone to record GPS in motion while I slept. Woke up fine, but the log showed 2 long walks. One around midnight, looping the neighborhood. The other ended at this address on East Madison, some old house. I went there later, peered through the fence. Yard full of tiny toys, scattered like kids played and left. A child-sized blanket hung on the line, flapping in the wind. I called the shelter next day, demanding who scheduled me. The guy on the phone paused, then emailed photos. One of me sleeping in a chair there, between shifts, looked peaceful. Beside it, same chair empty, but wait, no. A kid tucked under a donated coat, small face peeking out, like someone took it right after I left. I dropped the phone, breathing hard. Things got worse. In my apartment, on the wall by the kitchen, someone taped a child's drawing. A house with 2 figures. One labeled day, kinda normal. The other night looked like me, but eyes blacked out with marker. I ripped it down, turned it over. Shaky letters. He takes them nice, but he says sorry when dawn comes. Who drew that? My door was locked. I don't know. That night I couldn't sleep. Heard the floors creak, like footsteps. Not the dog. Too slow. I grabbed a flashlight, checked everywhere. Nothing. But in the mirror, my eyes looked different. Darker. I thought, maybe I'm losing it. Called in sick next day, stayed home. But another email came. Shift confirmed. Photo attached. Me at the shelter, holding a kid's hand. Timestamp. Right now. I haven't gone back. Changed my email. Locks. But sometimes, at dawn, I wake up tasting coffee I don't remember buying. And that drawing, I burned it, but the words stick. What if the night me... Shit. What if he's sorry for a reason? I don't know. Just feels like he's waiting. My name is Rafe Molina. I live in a small apartment in Cleveland. This is true. I'll tell it like it happened. I found the journal by accident. A floorboard in my bedroom was loose. I pushed it up and there it was. A battered leather journal. I brought it to the bed. My cat Noodle jumped on the sheets and the board creaked like always. The handwriting inside freaked me out. Half the lines looked like my cursive. The other lines were cramped and blocky, letters tight. One entry described an argument in a bar I don't remember. It had an address, 412 West 5th Street, Austin, Texas. It even said, left him breathing. I did not know that bar. There were receipts tucked in the pages. Late-night taxis to places I never went. Dates matched nights I thought I stayed home. My phone had photos too. A diner in Denver, a parking lot in Boston. The photos were on my phone. I kept staring at them. I found 2 toothbrushes. Mine sat on the sink like always. The other was shoved in a box in the back of my closet. It was worn, a different color. I laughed then. Stupid laugh. Maybe I was losing it. At night, little things changed. A drawer left open, footsteps that stopped when I listened. Once I woke and thought I heard my name. I would stand at the mirror and say, "You okay?" And a voice answered me. It sounded like me, but not, softer. I stepped back and the mirror showed just me. I set up a cheap camera over the journal. I wanted proof. I slept on the couch. The footage showed me asleep. The journal closed on the floor. At 3 a.m, the journal sat open. The camera showed ink that was already there. I watched the black strokes like they had been written while I slept. The new entry apologized. It said, "Sorry," and named someone I don't know. It listed a date, a time, and a place. It wrote, "I will fix it." The last line is what made me stop breathing. It read, "Please don't wake me." I called my friend Kira. She told me to get the cops. I thought about the Austin address. I thought about receipts. I thought about the toothbrush in the closet. I thought of nights I couldn't remember. I remembered a time I woke with cuts on my knuckles. The taxi charges hit my card. I told Kira I'd at least check the footage more. I don't sleep right anymore. I keep the journal under the floorboard now where I found it. Some nights the other voice feels close. When I look at my hands, I sometimes feel they belong to someone else. I walk Cleveland streets and pretend I am fine. People say memory slips happen. Friends say stress. But then I find a taxi receipt and a photo of a place I swear I never went. I don't know if I did those things or if someone else did. I don't know if the journal is mine or not. I know what it wrote. A promise and a plea. Please don't wake me. I wish I could sleep and not wake. I wish that voice would go away. I don't know which part of me to trust. I don't know who I wake up as. I keep the camera charged, just in case, always.